Hello, America. My phone is very precariously balanced on some cardboard, so let's do it. We're going to be replacing this 3-way switch. I already removed one of the wires before I decided to make a video, because that's the production quality of this show. So, check the wires, wave your magic wand around. This one's hot, because this goes to the outlets, not the switches. So just beware of the danger switch. All the rest of them are off. Because the rest are light switches, that's the only outlet. Okay. This is a 3-way switch, which I am now buying in bulk, apparently. This is my life. So, I heard a tip yesterday from my friend. Something's beeping. Oh, it's that big truck. Okay. Anyway, I had an old man friend that was recommending when you replace stuff like this, do it one wire at a time. We don't have a bunch of loose wires, loose track. Normally, it's pretty easy. It doesn't make that much of a difference. But I just replaced fixed a switch that 2 of the wires are backwards because they were crossing red to black, and then they got it confused. So they had it wired identical as the rest of them, but it was actually backwards. So just to avoid that, if you do one at a time, it should be nice and easy at 1-to-1. Probably. So, this is the replacement 3-way switch that we're replacing here. There's a way to loop around when you loop these things. That way you tighten it. You want to go clockwise with your loops. That way when you tighten clockwise, righty-tighty, you're actually pulling the screw, the wire into the screw. That's something I've heard. So, that's what we're going to do. If you hear it on YouTube, must be true. This is a ground that we're going to add in here right now. A little copper ground. Green. That's what I mean. Okay. And apparently it's a little safer that you don't have those loose wires accidentally touching other metal contacts and stuff if you do it 1-to-1. And it's easier to keep track of. Again, not dangerous for us because it's off, but it's supposed to be easier to keep track of where they all go. Just throw that anywhere. If you're only doing one at a time. So, we're just going to open this up a little bit. There we go. Now, this one had the gold on the left on the bottom instead of the top. But the rest of it's the same. Yeah, black screw on the bottom, gold screw on top. Gonna move danger wire over a little bit. There we go. Going clockwise around. There we go. I gotta tell you, bibs are amazing. Cargo pants on steroids. I got so many pockets on these things. It's great. Okay. Last screw. Just throw that label anywhere. The new screws came with these little sticky labels, which was cool to label your hot and ground and neutral and all that. But even sticking adhesive side to adhesive side, which, tape to tape, should be really strong. They don't adhere. They're just falling off all over, so I stopped using them. I figure I'd just go with the way, every wire in this house is already, every switch in this house is already installed, just randomly with no cohesion or labeling. Usually when you use your white instead of neutral to make it hot, you're supposed to wrap it with black electrical tape. That wasn't done. None of this is clear. It's just me randomly guessing what does what, but so far so good. That's probably why nothing was working, but now some of it's working. Okay, there we go. I'm just putting these screws back in here. I'm saving a bucket of all these leftover switches. I'm replacing them all with the fancy toggle switches because I like them better. I mean, who doesn't? But I've been saving the old ones because that's what my grandpa did, so that's what you do. You never know what'll come in handy. This is a good thing we're doing it 1-by-1. I already lost it. Where'd that wire go? There should be a loose wire around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. It got wrapped into the actual frame of the switch. This metal frame that I'm holding with my fingers. So, this is why we work with the power off. Doing one wire at a time and I still would have died. There we go. It's a joke. I would have died. And I've been shocked dozens of times in my life and twice this week. So, we'll be fine. Come on. Come on in there. A little bit more. Ooh, don't get too close to danger wire. Get out of there. Pull up. Pull up. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Oh, that's cool. That's a big supply truck outside. I was talking to that guy. And I was like, what do you... He's like, I work on air conditioners. And then like there's a big air conditioner and box truck. I was like, oh yeah. Everything's coming together. Okay. So again, I don't actually know what I'm doing. I just know it works, and so I'm just replicating. This one, I'm not installing anything new like I have been. That would have been a cool video, but you don't get that one. I'm not fixing anything, because that's just a lot of me scratching my head and trying not to get shocked. This is a swap. So, they have the little push-ins. Does this even have the push-ins? I don't even know. But just make a loop, tighten it up. It's so easy. If you want, you can add something fancy like a dimmer or stuff like that. I've done that, but these switches are like $2. I replaced some fancy switches in here, and they were toggle. So now I'm replacing the rest of them with toggle. And some of them in the house are not correct. They're 2 ways instead of 3 ways and stuff like that. So I'm just taking the opportunity to go through and make them all consistent. And then I was going to leave some because they ain't broke and they don't need an upgrade. So I was just going to leave them. But then I got a sweet deal on this 10-pack. So, you know, might as well upgrade them. Don't want to lose money. So that's that. Now I'm just going to shove it all back in the hole and cover it up. So that's not going to be very interesting, not as much as this might have been. So turn off the power and then dig around with the wires in your wall. It's a lot of fun. So remember, kids, your parents aren't always watching you. Okay. Have a good night.